Okay, so we are doing a mini coaching session for Miss Moody's Lash Blink. She said the things that she is focused on and struggling with right now are clientele. I'm going to assume that's building clientele, staying motivated, and promoting. Okay, Miss Mamas. So you only have 5 posts. So when did you post this one? So this was in June. And then this one was in April. Now, I do see that you are using Lash Gang products, which are the best on the planet. So shout out to you, girl. But okay, so if what you're saying is you want to build more clients, you're gonna have to post more. Like especially if you're looking to use social media as a part of your marketing strategy. Now, I'm not saying that you have to use social media. Like you can before when I first started lashing 10 years ago, social media was a thing, but it wasn't like how it is now. Like it's like the ultimate everything. No, like we still have like flyers. Like I would go pass them out, go talk to people. So you can definitely build a Lash clientele by getting out there on the ground, talking to people, networking. Your clients will refer you people. But if what you're saying is you are wanting to use social media as a part of your marketing engine, then I would say you're definitely going to have to post more often. So I don't know. There wasn't like a whole lot of context to the things that you said you were struggling with. So I also don't know how much lashing you're doing. Like, are you doing a lot of lashing? Like, do you have a clientele? Because if you do, then you definitely want to be like creating content off of your clients, you know what I'm saying? Like off of the services that you're offering. And because like if I were to come to your page and you could be like a super seasoned lash artist, right? Like you could be like 10 years in the game. I have no idea. But if I were a client and I was coming to your page and you giving me like your social media, I might assume, not to say that your work looks beginner, but I might assume that you were a beginner just because there's not a lot of work there. So maybe you're just starting, you haven't worked a lot. I don't know. And sometimes, that can be a little bit of a barrier. So I would say that definitely you want to post more, 100%. You want to post, let's see what this says. Okay, so this is cool. You do more of like the dramatic stuff, right? But let's really tell a story with that. Like if you want more dramatic looking, lash looking, clients, then let's make sure that we're saying oh, I am a volume expert. Like I make sure to get every single lash. If you're looking for drama sets that are lightweight, healthy on the natural lash line, you want to book with Moody's Lash Blinks. Like we want to make sure to open that up. Tell a story. Really position yourself, right? As an expert and an authority in your niche. And if your niche is going to be drama, you need to tell them in every post why you the best, why they need to be booking you, right? Unveil the value. Yeah, so again, making sure that we're giving them some context with this. Really positioning yourself. Now, if you're saying that you're struggling with staying motivated, that is something that you're really going to have to work on. Because if that's the reason that you're not posting more, and I also don't know, you might have looked through this, you might have had a lot of posts before and deleted them. I don't know, I don't have enough context, so I don't want to say things that aren't true. But if you are not posting often and you're saying you're looking to stay motivated, I would ask you why you are not motivated. Because and I would also ask you if growing your lash business is something that you really want, right? Because if you really want it, I'm not going to act like I have the utmost motivation every single day. Absolutely not. Plenty of days. Throw the whole business away. I don't want to see another lash in my life. Plenty of days. It's not always fun, but I have learned to not let the way I feel dictate my actions. And it's small. You don't have to start with a goal of saying, I'm going to post 3 times a day and I'm going to do this, because really the incremental steps lead to monumental changes, right? So do things incrementally, right? that you can digest. Like, you don't want to go and like swallow a whole burger. If you go swallow a whole burger, your stomach gonna hurt and you might choke in the process, which means that your goal of eating and filling yourself would not be reached. However, if you take small bites at a time, you're able to get it all in, then now you're full. So you've reached your goal and you've taken your time. So I'm not saying that you have to rush and be the next, real posting queen, but set a goal, right? And if your goal is to grow your business, work backwards, reverse engineer that, set small goals that are doable for you, and hold yourself accountable to doing them. Because we all say we don't like liars, but we lie to ourselves. So if you say, I'm going to post 2 times a week, right? Maybe we're not jumping to every day. Maybe 2 or 3 times a week, whatever. Set what you think that works best for you. If you say you're going to do that, then do that for 3 weeks. Start training yourself to do the things that you said you're going to do and hold yourself accountable to reaching those. But if what you're looking for is like, no, like staying motivated is hard. So it's not even about being motivated, because like, honestly, it doesn't matter if you're motivated or not. We want you to stay consistent, because motivation is a feeling. Being consistent is a doing. So we don't care if you're motivated, because I'm not motivated all the time, right? Like, I'm not. Like, there are days where I'm like unmotivated. Fly me to Japan. I don't want to be over here. I don't want to do this. But we do the things that we say we're going to do. And once you create a habit of that, right? Because life is all about habits. If you're in a habit of quitting, or you're in a habit of stopping and be like, oh, I'm not doing this no more, I don't want to do it, then you ain't going to do it, because that's what you're in a habit of, right? Like the same people that don't cook, they're in the habit of not cooking. But if you start cooking for a month, now you're in a habit of cooking, and it's like, oh, what you thought you didn't have time for, you do have time for. So create habits. Create a habit of staying consistent. And then you said your next thing was promoting. Well, you're going to have to promote more. Like, you're going to have to be posting your work. Use your stories, right? Get on YouTube. See what's working right now in the social media space. Like, talk. Like, I don't, there is not even a real presence of you. One thing that I know about getting lash extensions, not to say that I want the whole page to be about the lash artist, but it's a very intimate service. Like, my head is like literally right under your chin. So I do want to kind of like you, because I got to, sit with you for 2 hours. And then the next time I see you for at least an hour. So I would create a brand around yourself too. Not to say overdo it, but by looking at this page, I have no idea who you are. And that's scary for me as a new client, because, people crazy. And I don't know if you're in Chicago, but I'm in Chicago, so we're a little paranoid. And then I also don't know where you are. Like, your bio. Like, where are you? Like, that would be, something that's nice to know. And then this. Okay. So, people are coming here to book you, not to read. This is not an ebook. So, I would say move your services higher up. I'm not saying that you don't got to, you could put, this could be in your bio. You could say located in your bio in Chicago. Okay? You don't have to tell them to tag you in your selfies. They ain't even booked nothing to tag you in yet, right? Like, this is something you could tell them in person, like after they already like what it is that you do. This is also something that you could put in your lash room. You could put it on the door before they walk out. Please make sure to tag us in your selfies. You can also tell them this. As far as booking policies, I know we all want to have booking policies, blah, blah, blase, 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 but I don't think they need to be the first thing that I see before I see your services, because the main point of this is booking. And this is why, these as me and acuities, I'm not a really big fan of those, just because I gotta go through all of this in order to see what it actually is that you do. Booksy, Vagaro, or Vajaro, however you say it, I think that their interface is set up a lot nicer, because it gives you more of a profile, right? So there's a picture of you, a little bio of who you are. Hey, I'm such and such. I've been lashing for 5 years. I specialize in this, but it's small, right? Your little address, blase, blase, blase. And then in that same frame, you're able to see, your services. So it doesn't take up all of this space. And then this stuff be so small, it ain't that easy to read. So it's you might as well not even have booking policies. And this G is supposed to be up here, I'm pretty sure, right? So if I'm a new client, there's some things that I'm paying attention to. Maybe I want to give you a chance. You don't have a lot of things on your social media page. So it's kind of like, okay, well, maybe. Like, the work looks good, though. Like, she seems good. So let me just go to her booking site and see if I want to go through with this. But now I'm seeing, a couple of inconsistencies, and it's like there's not a lot for me to go off of. Not saying that this is the biggest deal, but when there's not a lot of other data, this can be a big deal. And then here's the thing. And I got on glasses. I can't read this. I don't know what that is. I can read this one, and this one. But, like, it's so small that it don't even matter if it's here or not. So, yeah, I don't really like these. Okay, now here. So, yes, we want to get you more clientele, but also, you only have one fill. So, there's not like a 2-week fill, a 3-week fill. This can be expanded. And there can be, I get that there's pictures here. I think that there can also be descriptions. Because honestly, to me, like, I can see the difference as a lash artist. But it's not like super different, right? If you do dramatic sets, you do dramatic sets. But this to me doesn't look like super different. So it would be nice if there was a description here so that I would really understand what it is that I'm booking. And then also, okay, so you do lash strips. Like, are you making these lash strips? You just putting on lash strips? Like, what does this mean? Right? And then New Year's sale, 2 hours and $90. Granted, New Year's has passed, so I know this is not, like, for moving forward. But, like, what even is this? Is this a full set? Like, what does this mean? So, like, I think that in general, as lash artists, we have to remember that we're in service. And if you are in service, then we're here to serve. So we have to put ourselves in the positions of our clients and always, like, do things that make sense for them. Now, I understand this because I'm a lash artist, and you understand it because you're a lash artist, but your clients are not lash artists. So make it easy to, like, work for them. You understand what this is because you wrote it, right? I don't even understand what this is. I'm pretty sure I already know what most booking policies are, right? And even, like, now we're such in this, like, extreme level of online booking. Most people know these policies. I'm not saying that you should not list them because you are gonna get that one person that be like, well, I ain't see this policy on your website. They don't have common sense. Like, girl, you cannot cancel appointment 1 minute before it starts and think I'm gonna give you your deposit back. Like, that's insane. Or to think it's gonna reschedule. So there are, like, them people that's like that. Well, I ain't see it on your website. Okay, so you do kind of gotta put it somewhere, but I do think that in general, there are just better booking site platforms that you can use that will allow you to do this more seamlessly, more aesthetically pleasing, and then just also more, like, client focused. Because this is just, I don't know, it's just too much. But if you watch my other ones, I say the same thing. It's a very consistent thing. So hopefully this was helpful to you. If you are interested to work with me, dear, we can, build this out, change all this stuff up, get you a framework to work within. I have group coaching that you'll be able to be a part of on a monthly basis. I also have, if you're like, I'm going to do this right now, I want to make more money tomorrow, then I have a one-on-one session where we literally, you get an online course, but then also you work with me directly. So there is an online course that you take, but then you work with me directly, and we break this whole thing down and rebuild it right back up. And then the next day, you should be making more dollars than you was the day before. All right. Well, hopefully that was helpful. Have a great one.